okay, physically and spiritually. And people are suffering, and this is the way how they're going to displace us out of Brooklyn. Fort Greene, Clinton Hill, gone. Bed-Stuy, almost gone. Crown Heights, almost gone. You know, and so, like in my office, 70% of my constituent services is housing issues, where landlords are buying buildings that the rent roll can't justify the mortgage, and they're targeting buildings that have seniors of color who've been living for a prolonged period of time. In one building in particular, a woman named Joy Noel lived there 27 years. She went home to visit her friends, and I said, don't tell people when you leave, because then the landlord will try to fraudulently evict you. And that's what they did. And it wasn't even in my district, but Joy Noel, 27 years, she got evicted. We fought with the courts, and we found her a place in the Bronx, but she didn't want to go to the Bronx. She'd been living there 27 years. So she stayed with some friends. After a while, she got tired and she didn't want to stay with her friends anymore, so she went to a homeless shelter. And within 3 months, she passed away. And so these are the things that are happening to us, and some people suffer in silence. They don't want to talk about it. They have pride. You know, they've been on their own, never had public assistance. So I've allocated $250,000 now for free housing legal services. Okay? And when, okay, thank you. When Trump got into office, I knew something was going to happen. You know, something was wrong. You know, calling our country, you know, carrying countries, shithole countries. And I said, you know, we have to get some funding for immigration legal services. Because we're all immigrants, you know, but they want to put labels on different people to separate us. You know, we're all people of color. And when we get stopped by the police, they don't ask you, well, are you from the West Indies? Are you from Africa? You know, you from, you know, are you an American, African American? You know, that didn't never come into the question. It's by the color of your skin, that's why you get stopped. So we allocated $10 million for free immigration legal services. And we told people, do not go to a deportation hearing without an attorney, because if you do so, you will be deported. And so now, we're in Brownsville, and so we have some schools in Brownsville where only 13 to 17% of the kids are reading at grade level.
That's right. That's right.
Overall, only 30% of kids of color in New York City, middle school, are reading at grade level. So what type of career path are you going to have if you're not reading at grade level in middle school? So myself and the borough president, we started a new initiative called The Campus, where we're teaching coding, and we're teaching how kids how to create apps. Because you can make $80,000 a year coding with a high school diploma. White boys are doing it all the time. You know, they coded their ass off, you know. You know, so they're making good money. So we started the campus, and
that's right out here. Brownsville. Right out here.
So we took some young kids from Brownsville, Crown Heights, East Flatbush to Medgar Evers College. Some young women. They have a female hackathon. We got to Medgar Evers, and I said, young ladies, do you know where you're at? They said, yeah, we're at Medgar Evers College. I said, well, who is Medgar Evers? And nobody knew who Medgar Evers was. I said, wow. Only one person, one Arabic girl. And she said, he was a freedom fighter. I said, well, how come she knows he's a freedom fighter? And she wasn't born here, but the people who were born here don't know who Medgar Evers was. You know, and I said, and then I was in Albany one day, the young lady said, Senator Hamilton, how come black history is only about slavery, Dr. King, Harriet Tubman, and Frederick Douglass? And I said, you know what, yeah, why is that? And what about Shirley Chisholm? What about Langston Hughes? What about the Harlem Renaissance? Why are they whitewashing black history out of our books? That's right. We have to learn about black history outside of school. You know, so I said, you know, I'm going to change that. I said, I'm going to introduce legislation that's going to have black history taught from kindergarten through the 12th grade year round. No more than 1 month, shortest month of the year. I got the bill passed in a Republican-controlled Senate. Unanimous vote, got it passed. And I was like, man, I was happy, jumping up and down, yeah. And then all of a sudden, like 3-4 days later, I started getting hate mail. How dare you want to introduce in history to our children in our schools? You know, and then the people who blocked it in the assembly was the New York Regents. Some say, why are they fighting us for putting black history into the schools? Why are they fighting us for liberating our children's minds? Right. And why are we paying $20,000 a year and our kids are coming out spiritually deprived? And that's what's happening in our city and our state. So people want to talk about it, you know, because I'm not going on to get along anymore. We've passed that phase.
That's right.
We've passed that phase. And, you know, right here, you know, and then one bill we got passed, and I was happy about that bill. I'm gonna end with that. Was raise the age.
Yes, yes.
With no more 16 and 17-year-olds will be incarcerated with adults. New York State was only one of 2 states left in the country that was incarcerating 16 and 17-year-olds with adults. Knowing that these kids are coming out 36 more times likely to commit suicide. Khalif Browder is the person that we heard about. He made the news. But there are a lot of more, hundreds of more of Khalif Browders who we don't know about. You know, where how come a young man can be in prison for 3 years but still in a backpack? Not indicted, not convicted, all right? 2 years in solitary confinement, and the tortures he endured in Rikers Island. Now bear in mind, I was the mental health ranker, and I didn't realize that there's one institution in New York State that has more severely mentally ill people than all the other ones combined. There's one institution in New York State that has more severely mentally ill people than all of us combined. And it's Rikers Island. And we were sending 16 and 17-year-olds to Rikers Island. And it was such a torturous place. They coming out 36 more times like to commit suicide. And that's what happened to Khalif Browder. He went through it, he came out, and even though he had all this fame and accolades, what he endured there followed him out there into the mainstream, and he still couldn't deal with it, and he committed suicide. And the last thing is this turnstile evasion law that we're working on, and they fight me to get this passed. You know, is that every year 20,000 young boys and girls are arrested for turnstile.
Jumping the turnstiles. Right?
And they waiting, hiding in black neighborhoods for our young boys and girls to go to school. The majority of them are 15 and 16 years old. And you get caught. And you got to pay a fine. You guess how much the fine is? $170. So for $2.75, you have to pay $170. Now, if you know a young kid, you go home to your mother and say, "What happened? I jumped the turnstile, and I have to pay $170." You know what's gonna happen, you know, until you want something like that, right? Sure. Some kids are afraid to tell their parents. You don't pay the fine. What happens next? You get an open warrant for your arrest, a misdemeanor, for $2.75. Now, if you get stopped, right? You have an open warrant. You go where? To Rikers Island. It has more severely mentally ill people than all the other facilities in the state combined for